Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us today. I know this could be painful for you, but I really appreciate you taking the time to just give us an exclusive interview on exactly what took place. And I guess we can start by saying, how was it? How was the environment in being captive or held inside that house?
Well, I was held in the basement, and it was completely dark. And the only thing, I couldn't see anything, but the only thing I had on was a chain around my neck and my torso. So.
Did you ever have like any type of visitation from anyone? I mean, other than the perpetrator himself?
No, he was the only person to come until he abducted another girl, and then he brought her in to see me. I don't know what he was doing, but he just kind of was showing off, I guess.
So in terms of the captivity, did you have any plans or thought you would ever get out of that place or try to escape?
I tried to escape once. He had left the door unlocked, but the thing is, I didn't know he was just in the backyard. So when I got out of the chains and opened the door, I saw him running up, and I really quick ran back in the house and tried to put the chains back on so I wouldn't get in trouble.
So you think it was some type of trap he was setting for you by leaving the door open?
Yes, because he'd have all types of weird little things around the house where he'd be able to view us. Like he'd put mirrors up in the corners of the hallways, and he'd have little peepholes in the doors. So he'd be able to see and know exactly what we were doing.
Now, was it any type of, I hate to say this to you, but anyway, just to give the viewing public a better idea of what actually went on inside of that hellhole that you was being held in, did he punish you when you tried to escape, or he just basically tied you back up? Did he do anything exceptional when you tried to escape?
He did a lot of things. Like he had whips places that I could see him, and he'd always threaten me with them, or he'd have guns around, and he'd always be carrying a gun with him and be like, he'd never say it, but he'd always imply that if we did anything wrong, he'd kill us. And even, I remember one day, I was taken down to the basement, and he showed me a little spot where it said R.I.P., and then he scratched out someone's name, so it's possible that he could have really killed us.
Did it change very much when the second girl was abducted and added to you, to your environment? Did that make it any? I know it can't be considered good, but did it make it any less painful? Did he punish you any less, or was it about the same?
I think it got worse when the second girl was abducted, because anytime she did anything, he really liked her. So anytime she did anything, he'd come and take it out on me, saying that he didn't want her to cry, or he wanted her to be happy because he really liked her, but he didn't care about me, so he'd come and take it out on me.
So you think he was basically pitching you guys against each other?
I don't know. I always hated him. I felt bad for her because I knew what she was going through. But I don't know what he was trying to do with the two of us.
Did you ever come to the point where you thought maybe you'd never get out of that place?
Yeah, I mean, it always got to the point, but when he had us girls together, we'd support each other and we'd help each other through it. But it came a lot when I just felt like I wanted to die instead of having to deal with anything else he would put us through.
I can't imagine what it was like being in there, but I wonder now, how you feel about the situation now? I mean, what do you think about him? I know you say you hated him always, so how do you feel about him now, and how do you feel about yourself since you have been rescued?
I feel like a survivor now. I feel like I've been through worse than most could imagine, but I made it, and I still hate him, you know. I want him to burn in hell for the rest of his life, and not just for me, but for what he did to the other girls too, you know. He deserves what he did to us times 1,000, so I feel no pity for him going through the courts. I think that's stupid.
So you think the bond that you guys developed while you was in captivity will continue after you free?
Absolutely. I mean, I love those girls. They're like my sisters now. So they've taken care of me through more than my family has, really. So I can't imagine not helping them out, and they'd be the first person I'd go to if I had any troubles.
Well, I know it's been difficult for you, you know, answering these type of questions, but we really appreciate you taking the time out in your life, and I know you have a lot of living to do. And so, thank you for coming on to WLOOK and sharing that information with us and for the world to know exactly what it was like being held captive inside of that hellhole for 10 years. And enjoy the rest of your life.
Thank you.
Thank you.